What is going on? James Davis, how are you? What is going on, everybody? Yeah, I'm definitely extra red today. I had sunburn yesterday at a freaking law enforcement demo I was doing yesterday. So it's 95 degrees, and I thought it was going to be indoors, and I was wrong. Let me tell you, I was wrong. All right. It's very good to see all of you. James Davis, I think I got your email. If you're the right James Davis. I got your email. I sent you a reply. Just get that information back to me and we'll get you started. Jefferson Kroll, Vincent, Scott Faulkner, Colin, Corey Cruz, Stan Dillard. Good to see all of you guys today. Today's going to be a pretty laid-back show. I know I always have like these grand plans for every show, and then we get slammed with something during the week. But we have some new stuff that we want to show you that will be here in the next couple weeks. And Gabriel, how's it going? We're really excited about some of these products. They're very high demand, a lot of questions, a lot of inquiries, a lot of demand for it. So we finally went ahead. We did some testing, and they're all good. So KT will touch a little bit on that too when he gets back here. He's just fixing up my Unicus gun real quick, and then we'll talk about that. I have the Unicus gun for you this week, and it's a sweet ass build. Sweet chariot. It's going to be for those sniper guys out there, the guys that like to shoot first strikes all day long. I haven't done a build like this in a long time, so I wanted to like put something together where I accommodate to more of those people. We have an auction today. We got a lot of stuff. We're going to talk about some stuff. One thing I wanted to, yeah, it doesn't hurt that bad, Alfred. All I had were sunglasses, so you got a nice, sweet little sunglass tan here. Other than that, I want to just continue and touch on a little bit what we talked about last week. I wanted to say thank you for all the support from a lot of you guys on these groups that we're all wonderfully a part of. You know, I just want to say thank you. You know, it's difficult with such a small community that we have here to make everyone happy and to make people, you know, kind of understand where we're coming from, and you know, we're at the point now where we just don't care. So we want to say thank you to all of you guys, for all of you that have bought the PTR and continue to buy them. We got orders coming in every week for the PTR ever since we've released it, and we have so many excited people. Nightmare PB is going to have one on his way here shortly, and he's going to do you know, an unboxing and all that stuff for his video, and we'll have that available, and it'll be up on his channel so you guys can see what he thinks. Timothy Brooks and all you guys, Stan Dillard, Corey Cruz, Dusty Hatfield, that are down in Florida that just got through that hurricane. You know, prayers were sent your way. I was thinking about you guys while this was going on, so I hope you guys are all right. I've seen you guys been posting to Facebook here and there, so I wanted to say I hope you guys are all good and your families are all good. That's really unfortunate what's going on down there and what happened, but you know, hopefully you guys are all good to go. Decay of Nations is coming up in a couple weeks, and we will be there. So Corey Donaldson, some of the guys from SAS Arizona that are going to be there. I have, like I said, I need you to create an account and then message me back, and I'll get you an invoice, and we'll make sure that those parts. So we're putting a list together now of everything that's going to be taken down to Decay. So if you guys need something, you're going to be at Decay, you need to let us know now. So that way I can get the list together. KT can get the list together, and we will get it all, make sure it's all down there when we show up for the event. I saw their photo the other day on Instagram. Looks like they got over 2,000 pre-registers for that event, so it's going to be a very, very large scenario, which is going to be really awesome. We will have PTRs down there. We will have some of the products that we may be talking about today on the show. maybe or maybe not, but we will have some stuff there for sale as well. I haven't really talked about it with KT, what we're going to bring and what we're going to have, but we will have products down there. So if you need something, make sure you reach out to me or KT, preferably me. KT is very busy, so just so we don't forget, just message me on Facebook and I'll get that together for you and we'll get everything together. Speaking of KT.
Hey guys, how you doing? All right, you want to get this going?
Yeah, I guess we can go right in. We can go right in. You want to do the auction gun first? You want to do
let's do the auction gun first.
All right.
Okay.
So we're gonna start. We'll start the show right now. We got an auction gun for you. So we have the Vortex Bulldog with the CQB stock and a CQB quad rail Riz with a 5-inch Lion Claw and a Noveski sound amplifier. So I know some of you saw the video that I did with a 3-inch, and you were going to have a little less velocity just because of that shorter barrel, but with the 5-inch, you shouldn't really see that much of a drop. You've got the UMP trigger frame, which is my favorite. I don't think there should be a Vortex that leaves this facility without it, but I love this UMP trigger frame. It really brings a lot to the MP5 builds and anything with the Vortex. And then you also, like I said, you have your retractable SMG stock, which is really nice. So CQB little Bulldog, 2 magazines. We'll start it off at $100, and we'll see how it goes by the end of the show. All right.
All right. Hey fellas. Hey Corey. Hey Stan. Chewy. How you guys doing? Just kind of try to catch up some stuff over here.
Michael Grabato, not full auto. This is semi-automatic only, but it is compatible with fully automatic if you want to put the trigger on there.
This trigger frame, you have to replace the trigger frame.
No, I know the.
Oh yeah, you have to replace with electronic trigger frame. But this trigger frame can take the respawn trigger. So you want to build the respawn trigger in here, you can take it. It needs some tech work, but you can't just with respawn trigger. You can expect you don't just drop it in, right? So it does really require know-how to do it.
All right. So, do you want to talk about the products we were talking about?
Which ones?
Do you have the back part, and then I'll just show the photo first, or what do you want to do?
This right here?
Yeah.
No, I can grab it.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on to see how we get more.
I'll show you the Unicus build that'll be available tomorrow. What I have here is the first of its kind PTR DMR.
Oh, right. Oh,
with
boy.
A collapsible bipod here with a vertical grip. This is all metal construction. It is spring loaded and it has a QD disconnect on it. This is a MOTS 2 key mod, extremely light, extremely light, 16-inch bottle opener handguard. You heard me correctly. It is a bottle opener. You can, while you're on the field, pull a beer out of your dump pouch and crack it open with.
Doesn't have to be beer. Doesn't have to be beer.
Anything that uses that has the cap, or what do you call it? A bottle opener.
Yeah.
So you can use that here. It has a standard Picatinny on the bottom and on the top. I have a key mod rail here on the bottom from this part on forward. You have a 16-inch one-shot barrel. Spiraled rifle designed for FSR, shaped projectiles. The 16-inch barrel is disgustingly accurate with the shaped projectiles. Excellent compression. That length alone, for those of you that use the bang sticks, you guys know what I'm talking about. A lot of people have very overwhelmingly successful stories with that barrel. Now you have it direct threaded A5. You have a NARC muzzle brake. It gives it that very aggressive look. The PTR lower, like I was talking to you about, with a redesigned or re-engineered pretty much valve for better consistency, and we'll have a video on that what we talked about. For those of you who saw the video of KT's video of the PTR consistency, there you go. So you have it, and this is going to increase quite a bit with the PTR on the DMR side because of its blow forward system.
Right.
This is right-handed. Sorry, if you want a left-handed version, I can do that for you. I'd rather not because it took me a while to get the shims and everything right with this handguard. This is very particular. This is a new stock that I brought in. It's very minimalistic. It's very light, polymer design, so it's not going to add any weight. Overall, this is probably one of the lightest DMRs that I've ever handled or built. A lot of people like those heavy-duty sniper rifles, like kind of like the SAR-12. It feels kind of big and bulky.
Right.
This thing is very sleek. This stock is not wide at all. You can see from the back here. This part opens up from the top, and you can actually show you here. You can actually store batteries for your optic or anything like that. This opens up, offers all the way down to the compartment here. Snack. Yeah, that's right. That has enough room for
Snicker
a granola bar. Yeah, for sure. The highlight of this bad boy. Oh, Mission First Tactical. This is a adjustable backstrap, both front and rear, mil spec, or I'm sorry, real steel firearms grade pistol grip. It's very comfortable. Right now I have it. It's loose at the top, or I would like to say skinnier at the top, and it bottoms out, so you get very, very good grip on this weapon. And the highlight of this bad boy is the 3x9x32 optic here that has the rangefinder optic that also has a laser that you can see behind me here built into it, as well as it's going to be hard to see. You can actually see it there. An illuminated blue reticle that's in there for you guys that do the night ops and things like that. This thing is sweet. The reticle has the rangefinder what do you call it? The grooves in it to show you can analyze that. The best part about this optic that I like a lot is you do not have to take off the caps to adjust or zero in the optic. This allows you to click and adjust directly from the knobs here, and they're nice and stiff, so don't need to worry about something hitting it or readjusting it. These things are ready to go. It just complements this rifle very well. I've already put a Hawkeye on with this stock, and the reason why I chose this stock was because of its length. So this is fully collapsed, so you still get great eye relief, especially for those that, not very many people are running the Hawkeyes, but those that are using i5s or even i4s, you're going to get great eye relief with this, and you'll be able to really put some rounds downrange. It's got that extended mag well, so you're going to have really smooth insertion with either mag, both the D-mag or shape projectiles. I really like this one. This is definitely one of my more simplistic builds when it comes to the Unicus, but every single thing on this gun is going to definitely increase performance on what you guys are going to be using it for. So definitely a shape projectile weapon. You can use paintballs out of here, but I definitely need to be a higher quality. But I think anyone who picks up this and uses it on the field is going to be a force to be reckoned with this weapon.
Yeah. This is a really super nice scope. I love this bipod too. This is a good pick. So you can do your little bit of a lightweight, and you pull in position, and then pop. Wow. It's well built.
I want to show them this too. So a lot of people had questions about the helix because the original bipods would have to be fully extended in order for that not to hit. But here, I'm still able to withstand or go below, and still not. It barely is even with the marker itself. So you're able to really get into any position with the helix mag, so you don't have to use those 14-round D mags if you don't want to. So
it's nice.
Definitely the lightest. Like I said, it's the lightest probably DMR that I've handled.
About, what, 5-6 pounds?
Yeah, all the weight is 100% in the scope for sure. That handguard, even though it's 16 inches, is extremely light. It doesn't have any weight to it at all. I didn't put any accessories because it's not really necessary. You got a laser here that has its own zero adjustment, and it's built into the optic itself. And you have your zero optic or the zeroing for the optic windage and elevation right here on the right hand side. So it's already got a riser on it, so you don't really need to put anything more on there. It's good to go out of the box. It's not going to be
great
anything.
eye relief for the scope. Jonathan was saying how the grip you can actually pull the sleeve out and change with a different size or shape, depending your palm size. So you can actually pull this out, replace with another one. It comes with what, 3 or 4 different?
It comes with 6.
6 different pieces. Oh, wow.
6 different pieces
just
to
slide right
adjust the slide on and off. This is also a compartment in the pistol grip itself for batteries. So it has 2. You can put 4 AAAs or 2 AAs in there. So none of these components use those type of batteries. These use the little 1920 watch cell batteries, which are really easy to find. You can get those on Amazon for a bunch of money.
I like that you don't have to take the grip off.
Yeah.
Pistol grip off to change the covers. Some of the other ones you have to actually take it off and then slide upward.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a pain, but this is nice.
So any of you that wear gloves, the stippling and the texture on this grip alone is going to allow you to really get some good confidence on the weapon itself. You're not going to have to worry about any type of slipping or anything like that. And for those of you that have smaller hands or even larger hands, this pistol grip is exceptionally longer than a lot of the other ones that Magpul MOE, the K2s that you see. That's kind of why I put it on this build, is especially if you're kind of a sit down and or not sit down but lay down type of player, you're going to be able to really post up anywhere on a field and deploy this weapon pretty well. So that'll be available tomorrow. For those of you that don't know about the Unicus gun, it is available on the website at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So you'll have to get it from the website through the link that I post on the page. But it will be available. First of its kind, 468 PTR with all the latest and greatest.
I didn't notice the PTR lower, huh?
Yeah.
Oh. so used to it, that was a 468. We are actually talking about it. We're planning to release the DMR, the bolt action with the DMR lower. We're kind of thinking about making it as a standard for the bolt action version. We're still talking about it. If you guys have any ideas or any suggestions, let us know. Maybe have 2 versions, the 468 version and then also a PTR version lower. But we're thinking just kind of closing, just doing 1 version instead of having a 2. Price point might be the setback there, but if you guys have any suggestion on that, let us know. Let's see if we can come with a good solution for that.
And we'll definitely, me and KT, the past couple weeks before the PTR even, we've been really looking at a lot of these products, aftermarket handguards and pistol grips and things like that, to really set the builds apart and kind of update our inventory.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff we've had for many years now. So we will definitely, if the PTR is something that we're going to make standard with the DMR make the PTR standard with it, we will be offering some different a different look to separate it from its older counterpart, which is what you guys usually see.
Right.
So let me have the auction gun real quick, guys. The gun that you see here, the DMR with the PTR, is the Unicus gun. That's the one that's available tomorrow. This is the auction gun. This is a Vortex Bulldog, CQB braided hose version, shape projectile ready, and you have the retractable SMG stock. That is not the auction gun.
This is the Unicus gun.
That's the Unicus gun. So that will be available tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So somebody gave me a very thoughtful, suggestion when it came to the Unicus. They said that I should do it on the raffle pages.
The raffle pages.
I should put a number of slots. People they pay their money,
right,
and then I raffle it off.
Okay.
Basically. So
I don't know. I mean,
I like that idea for the raffle stuff because it allows you to you're not spending too much money,
right,
but the person's still getting the value of whatever he's selling,
right,
and it kind of just goes as a prize rather than buying it all outright.
Right.
I don't know if I'll do that. I'm not going to do it with this one for sure, but maybe in the future I may try one. You can trade an iPhone X for that Unicus gun.
Oh man.
So you know, that would definitely be a suggestion. I don't, obviously, I'm not going to use this one, but maybe in the future that would be definitely one to do. Oh, by the way, someone's going to ask me about that vertical grip. That's made by UTG. So it's metal, but on the side is rubber texturing. So it has a rubber insert that's going to give you a little bit more stability. And then, like I said, it has a this folds in to it, and then you have a button here on the bottom left that spring loads it out.
And it's all metal.
It's all metal.
I know
yeah.
you guys seen some of those grip bipod version that kind of come out from the inside, and they're actually, you guys gotta pay attention what you purchase. They're actually a firearms version of that. If you're gonna buy one, so just get one of those. I know it's a little bit expensive, around like about $150, something like that. And you get the airsoft version, kind of like the I wouldn't call it knockoff, but the duplicate version there. So it's kind of a little flimsy to break. So pay attention what you're getting. Otherwise, you might get the wrong item and then expect it to last. And those things are really flimsy. I mean, you can get one for like $20, the airsoft version. But if you can get the firearms version, they're pretty solid, and I believe they're lifetime warranty too. So
Yeah.
check those out.
There's actually a warranty on here, and I'll get that for you because when I purchased it, I did get something for that. But that is all metal, and it has a QD mount. That's firearm grade. You could actually put that on your firearm if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't heat up or anything like that. That would work exceptionally well. And there's also textured teeth on the bottom of the bipod, so it'll dig into whatever it is that you're holding there. And like I said, the coolest part about it that I had to point out, and I wish I had a beer or something here to show you, is the bottle opener on both sides of the handguard up here. So there is a bottle opener. It's functioning. So if you ever find yourself on a field and you got a player that's thirsty out there, you make sure you run over to him and you get that bottle opened right for him. So Airsoft 1 always breaks. Yeah, Stan, those UTG ones are very high quality. Let's see. Is that a phone call for the shape projectiles? You know, speaking of the shape projectiles, so KT was in a group was replying to a lot of comments that came up about the shape projectiles, and you know, we've talked about it here on the show, but obviously most of the time the people who always have something to say don't watch the show or keep up with the company at all, so they're going off of information that was fed to them years ago. You know, like you said, we're looking at a 3 million round commitment. And that's a lot for us to commit to, especially because we planned on getting those tested and certified to make them legit. So in order for us, we can't just a lot of the things that are coming from this came from this deal in general, okay, which a lot of people don't know. Is very, very important because we went and were set up with this manufacturer who's very credible in the projectile manufacturing business. Okay, now it has nothing to do with MagFed paintball or anything like that. This is more of a real steel company. We needed these rounds to be made with someone like this that has the expertise, the quality control, etc. So that is the reason why it's been difficult for us through the negotiation phase to get a solid, finalized product. It is not that we are not confident that you guys will buy them, but the market in which we are supplying them to is relatively small recreationally, and there's a lot on the line for that, especially, like I said, getting them tested and making them legit. A lot of people had all these misconceptions about less lethal in our Force on Force division. Yes, that is true, but we don't have to deal with the same politics that we have to deal here on the recreational paintball market. There's a lot more at stake, liability-wise and everything like that, which all play a factor in the shape projectile development. So KT addressed a lot of the people that were talking there. He gave you a lot of very, very, very honest and factual information for in regards to the round. So right now, KT and I, that what he allows me to listen in on and stay up on has been exploring other solutions to get the round out, so we can finally get this project done with. The round itself is done. It's been done for a long time. We've tested them. Omar shot probably hundreds of them, one time out of a SAR 12 and the other with the DMR. Performance compared to FSR was equal, if not better, due to the quality of the round itself. And these were handmade. So like we were talking about, when we were talking about the manufacturing, we wanted to go with a company that was credible, and that was very important to the success of this round. Right now with shape projectiles, and we all know this, there's a lot of inconsistencies because of the manufacturing process. So in order for us to release a shape projectile, it would seem counterproductive to do and follow in the same footsteps as what we've already learned. So that is where we're at right now currently. We are exploring a different option and solution for the shape projectiles to be produced, and then for us to get them for all divisions of the company, but release them in the correct and conducive way that we want to do that. So we will update you guys. We've been very, very supportive and transparent on this issue that does get brought up quite a bit. And then recently with the PTR, it seems like it was Rocky Balboa at MCS all day long. So KT came on there. Like I said, if you don't know the thread, you'll find it. If you ever come in the shop, I can show you the shape projectiles here. I have some that were handmade that were here, and we've shot them here. They work perfectly fine. If you look at the design alone, if you read the patent, you will be able to see how well they will work, and you'll understand the projectiles a little bit better. Exactly, Brian Foucher. A lot of people are like, well, why don't you just make some to beta test? The problem is, like I just mentioned, is the way that we want to make these rounds to make sure that they are equal, if not exactly the same, round to round. Okay, key word there is round to round. They needed to be made a certain way. Consistency. They needed to be made a certain way. We can make handmade samples all day long, but that doesn't make the product foolproof. And that's not what we want the shape projectiles to be. The shape projectiles in their own right are going to be very, very consistent. They have to be. That's the way they were designed to be, and that's the way that they perform. So to make a whole bunch of handmade samples, one, is probably going to cost a lot more money.
A lot.
The price point is going to go up significantly.
It makes no sense.
Yeah, it makes no sense for where we're at. And if we did release that, people would be like, "Oh, I thought you were going to make it for 10 cents." So, it doesn't matter what we do. If I freaking am sitting in a basement, no shirt on, just making these rounds all day long, 24/7, it's not going to do anything. So there's a method to our madness. And if you're going to wait around, we thank you for that, because I'm telling you right now, I've seen the round, I've shot the round. It's revolutionary. It's going to make this community bigger and badder contender. It's going to bring a lot of airsoft players on board. Our military and law enforcement division, they already need that. We already take care of that on the less lethal side. But we tell you everything that we're doing, we will have it to you guys, and we appreciate the patience. We appreciate the continuous support that we receive from you guys every month, every day, every minute. And I assure you, KT is not here to blow smoke up your ass. Period. So.
Well, I did went on that one thread. I think Neilsim paintball. Someone was asking about why don't we Kickstarter that, and why don't we get investor and so on. You guys know that any type of investor, I think I explained that pretty clearly. That when you have investor, people give you money, you always have to follow what they want, and what they want may be different from what we're looking to do, and they may not come in and understand the project. They may not understand the industry. They don't understand what we're trying to achieve, and that can derail from what we're trying to do. Of course, it's going to take longer to achieve what we want to do. That's what John was saying, that I'm looking at different solution at that at the moment. So hopefully I kind of fast track it a little bit more and get it out sooner. But someone's asking what the price. We're still kind of aiming for the 10 cent to 15 cents per round. That's our goal still. And some people saying that that's why we always make it where self-defeating, right? But you gotta have a set goal. So we set a bar and set goal first, and then you go and try to solve that problem. If we kind of just say, okay, let's make the round. Well, we can make the round now at $1 a piece. Then what's the point of making it? Right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna set like same thing with a lot of the magazine that we did, like DMag, where our goal was to make a sub $10 magazine, and we have to end up making what $6 and about $6-7 a piece. You can buy a pack of 10 for like $6-9. So it's if that's the goal, then we have to find the right material, the right manufacturing process, and the right design. Combine those three together, then we're able to achieve that. That's what we do. We use the same formula that worked for us to pass it on to the round. So we are target between 10 to 15 cents, and then we're looking at, we found the right material, the right manufacturing process, but the commitment on that is just too many. I mean, we have to make the machine to make them, and then we have to do what we were saying, 3 million round a month. That's excessive. And
That's a lot.
that's a lot.
And I mean, no disrespect to all you guys saying, I'll buy 1,000 right now. That's 1,000 towards a 3 million commitment a month. So if we don't sell 3 million in that month, guess what? We have residual stock. Now we're expecting another 3 million. So what could end up happening here, and that's kind of what we were anticipating, that makes us hesitant, is that exact thing. Is we commit to 3 million, we fork out the money for the manufacturing, and we get them out, and guess what? We sell 600,000 in the first month, and what are we supposed to do with the residual, the leftover? So a lot of people are like, well, law enforcement, military will take them. What you guys don't understand, or not you guys specifically, but the scientists out there, they don't understand is military and law enforcement have procurement policy. That means that if they're going to spend state money, city money, municipal, federal, it doesn't matter, it goes through a bunch of levels, which takes time. So someone could place an order, or want to say they want to place an order with me this month, but guess what? The actual PO itself won't come for 6, 7, 8 a year later. It doesn't. That type of stuff. We can't just commit to 3 million and then by the time the PO comes in, well, guess what? We're sitting on 20 million rounds because it's just been going and going and going.
We've seen 2 years process before.
Yeah, I mean I've been working on 2. Since I've been working with the company, since I've been doing the law enforcement stuff. So it's not a snap of the finger for those guys, as much as they want it to and as much as they need it. Because I hear from officers and international law enforcement agencies,
we need this.
military, they need it now. But they have no choice but to go through the necessary channels to make those purchases possible. So what we have to rely on is the recreational market to pick up the slack on a consistent basis. So a lot of people were saying, well, I'll take the round if it's higher. Well, consider this. Right now you're buying shape projectiles for essentially 40 cents a round, okay? Average. If we sell it more, well, guess what? You're in the same boat that you're working on now, and you could potentially be getting a better product. Right. But you are still paying the same amount, which right now First Strikes are not inundated with orders because they're the only ones that are making it. So we have no choice, and it wouldn't be fair for us to make the same round at the same price and expect people to buy them at the same consistency that they're buying shape projectiles. By selling it at 10 to 15 cents per round, we are now giving you guys, the players, the opportunity to shoot at your heart's content. So you can continue to buy and buy and buy and buy like you would paintballs on a regular field day.
Well, the idea is that you would spend same amount of money or dollar as you were to shoot round balls. right? That's the goal. Because if you buy average player go to a gift field and do about 500 balls on a weekend for MagFed, paintball you're doing a case, no less, right? At least a case or two. If you're looking at 3 million rounds, it's about 1,500 cases of paint. That's a big field. They use like 2 or 3 pallets, a few hundred cases every weekend, and there are a few hundred or thousands of field out there. You're talking they go to like millions of rounds every month. So yeah, shape rounds, definitely it's a small percentage of what round balls are. So
And to let you guys in on the grand scheme of our idea for the shape projectile is we want this to be the round for modern combat sports. We want this to be a projectile that field owners, that you as players can take to field owners and allow them to offer that to new players.
to stock it.
To actually have boxes of paint, boxes of shape projectiles next to their boxes of paint that they're already selling to the paintball players that come to their field. Right now, first strikes are a little bit costly for field owners, which makes them hesitant. We've talked about this before on many shows when came back from Paintball Extravaganza last year. I spoke to several successful field owners around the U.S. and they all said the same thing. When they hear MagFed, they quiver a little bit because they know that MagFed players are not going to go through a round of or 2,000 rounds of paint in a game. So
it's not possible.
It's not possible. So it's difficult for them to commit to supplying rentals and taking a hit on the paint that's already their bread and butter. It's already the livelihood of their field. So with a round that's 10 to 15 cents a pop and offering MagFed rentals, now they don't lose that money, and it now becomes profitable for those field owners.
Right.
Stan Dillard, very, very, very glad you brought that topic up. Biodegradable shape rounds. That's one of the solutions that KT is exploring right now, because anytime, I mean, in airsoft too, we all know this. What necessarily classifies as biodegradable? Because a BB, I don't think BBs have been around long enough to actually know when they actually decompose all the way, even with the biodegradable ones. So this round and having a round that is biodegradable will offer a tremendous opportunity for you guys as players and event promoters to expand to, like we've talked about before, the facilities that U.S. government are owned by the U.S. government, abandoned facilities that are owned by cities that you can go on and play. Like for us here in California, nearest to us is a military installation called Fort Ord, which is an old, basically basic training for the U.S. Army. My father did basic training there before he went to Vietnam, and now it's closed, and now people can go play airsoft on it. They do not have a zero tolerance for paintball because paintball damages stuff, and it's messy and blah blah blah. So, it makes it very difficult for MagFed to expand and grow. A lot of you guys have heard of those big companies, American Milsim,
They play
West.
This awesome fields, all
over the U.S.
Paintball. We get to play with a stepchild.
Exactly. So this is all in grand scheme of the shape projectile. It's not just a matter of getting it out there so you guys can play with it and continue, feeding this relatively small percentage of people who actually play MagFed and shoot shape projectiles. We are dedicated, committed to growing this sport, this hobby. If we do not innovate, if we do not think future or long term, and we just make products for right then and there, guess what? We're going to be at the drawing board all day long. KT will never leave his office. Omar will never leave his house, and he'll just be making products for the week and the week after that and the week after that. We need to make a product and have a plan for it. Impactful. So we have residual customers, and we keep you guys happy, and you guys playing this every weekend rather than once or twice or every other weekend, because it's costly. So all of those things come into mind. That's the one thing that we have to think about. There's a lot of people that are mad that we didn't release a lot of products, and you have every right to be. I would be upset too if you thought something was coming out and you didn't. But I assure you, like I said, there's a method to our madness, and if you are just patient for a little bit longer, we've really made this past year. Me, KT, Mike when he was here, everyone has really made a huge effort to getting these projects done and out to you guys so we can move on to bigger and badder things. The industry is growing every day,
Well, that's
every single day.
you know, we're growing with ambassadors. As we're talking about a couple of times, we're doing loaner markers for the ambassadors. We're growing that division so that way new player who want to try it can go to ambassador and actually try MagFed markers. We want the few company or only one that's doing that right now actively, handing out loaners and working with local fields and local stores and local teams and players to actually grow that part of the game. So we have if you go to our site and you go into resources, you go click on MCS Ambassador. That's like several dozen, like a dozen team or so that's on there. You can click on them, you find them. They have loaners. They can tech them, but they can help you tech your markers, and you go to the, look at the events, and if our ambassadors are there, just look for them, and they'll get you loaner markers to try out. So
And there's a lot of them now. I've finally caught up on
right.
all the ambassadors. There's codes out there now for a lot of you guys. SAS Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
I have multiple chapters of the SAS team that I'm very excited to have on board with us, just for the fact that you guys are very proactive. You guys are out there in the community. You're throwing events. You're even participating in larger events, and we need that. It's not a matter of brand representation. Like I said
Right.
before, we're not. This isn't exclusive contracts. No fanboys. If you like our product, you like our product. There's people who run T15s and milsigs that buy stuff from us, and
Right.
they don't. They're not complaining about that.
It's great. Grow the sport.
Yeah,
I mean,
grow it's just it doesn't matter about that stuff.
Yeah.
So you have the opportunity to use a MagFed gun for people to experience the gameplay. It's not,
Right.
and there's lots of different markers out there. We have a lot, and there's other companies out there that have many different markers to play with. But like I've said before, in order for MagFed to be successful at your field, you need to create an immersive experience that are going to give people the opportunity to come back and experience something different. If you don't leave a lasting impression from that game that you've thrown, the people that are around you, it's not going to work for
Right.
you. Your events are not going to be successful, and you're not going to be able to grow each and every time. CCSAS, the Central SAS chapter, they are continuously pushing the boundary for the events that they throw, the charity games.
Yeah.
The MFOG 52 that was at Jungle Island for 9/11 was a hit. There was a lot of players there from all different teams, all different factions and stuff like that, which was really cool to see. And I'm really glad that game went really well. It was for a great cause on top of that too. So keep that in mind. I've sent out a blueprint that I received from an ambassador that, in my opinion, could be the backbone to a lot of fields' approach to having successful MagFed games and or continuous weekly events for MagFed. So if you're interested in that, he's given me permission to send it out. So go ahead and message me and I'll send it to you. It's pretty awesome. I mean, there's games that I haven't never thought of
Right.
that really would make MagFed games a lot more exciting and a lot more immersive and inviting for people. So let's see.
I know a lot. There's some group out there want to shrink down the sport, have smaller games. That's their style of play. So that's what they like to play. That's what they like to play. It's fine with us. But for us, for MCS, and for what we're trying to achieve, we want to grow the sport. We want to get as many players as possible, new. Why? Because eventually we would like to take our sport to the next stage, having a competitive league that I think I spoke about this couple of times, that team can compete for real prize. And for that to happen, we have to grow the sport to a certain level, get enough eyeballs and get enough player, get enough participant out there that, and we can move the sport to the next level. Imagine you have an arena type of setting where teams compete against each other in a stage there for great prize. You know, the
A real prize,
real prize.
not a trophy that you had made at your local recreational sports league,
Right.
or a placard that says that, or even a
Right.
box of first. I'm talking $50,000 grand prize, like what you see in the
More,
MPL,
you know,
even more
more,
than that.
yeah, more. I'm saying that the price gotta be sizable enough where it would change a team life.
Yeah.
Actually, enough fun for you to act. All you do is just promote the sport and practice, so you can be, you can win year after year, and then gain enough notoriety for getting sponsored, not just for industry we're in, but any other company that promoting sports, like sport drinks, for example. They love to get into um, sponsor players that gain the notoriety and gain the respect of their fellow sportmen. Right?
I'll add to what he just said about the sport drink. I've spoken to the sponsor and brand director, essentially, for Rockstar Energy Drink and Monster, and both of those guys that I spoke to, I had told them about what we do here at MCS and what the sport is, and they had no idea what the hell MagFed paintball was. That shows you and tells you a lot. Those guys are in every extreme sport
Right.
possible. I mean, there is some weird extreme sports
Right.
out there that they're into and that they sponsor. They had no idea who we were.
Right.
Not us as a company, but what MagFed paintball in general was. And I showed him a few videos, and he was like, "Wow." He goes, "This is amazing." And then he asked some of the big events that are out there that they may or may not want to get involved with, and they said flat out, he goes, "It's not big enough for us to participate at this time, and to call them back later."
I don't
So-
think the size of the event is a factor. The fact is that you have to have the real competition. For example, right, you have extreme games, right? How many participants out there? Not a lot. Compared to the number of participants of paintball, there are more participants in paintball than extreme sport. But because of the way that it's organized and the way it's being compete, and they able to capture viewers. We need to do the same. We have to have organized team. We need to capture the viewers, and that's what I'm talking about. But right now we don't have enough. The teams are not organized because the price is not there. People are not willing to work something for nothing, right? So for the team to actually compete hard and train hard and travel, the size of the price has to be there. Otherwise, it's why bother, right? So there got to be something there for you to work hard to achieve, and we'll have to start with that before we get to the big game.
Yeah, and like I said, one thing that I thought was really funny that I saw on the MagFed groups is someone saying that they're the best MagFed team in the U.S. or something like that. One, I don't know how one would get that title without a competition. Two, that's a pretty big self-proclaimed title there. Right now we're at a point where this is just a hobby. People go and play it every weekend. You know what I'm saying? We're finally at a point where it's grown where, here in California especially, people can play MagFed 3 times out of a month.
Right.
Where before you were lucky you would get a game once every month.
Right.
And even then it was probably not in your area, and it wasn't as big, so
Right.
didn't get the notoriety. Didn't allow shape projectiles, so it made you
Right.
as a person, all these things that come into play. We're at a point now where it's growing every single month. It's growing every single week. We're getting calls all the
Right.
time. New players watching the show, and new customers coming on the website that have found our product on Google, or watched the video, and they're starting to get captured because more media material is out there. YouTube, Nightmare PB, Hidden Hedgehog,
Right.
Reaper. Those guys are doing a great job at putting out content every single week that capture the essence of MagFed
Right.
paintball, and that type of stuff really helps grow the community and grow the hobby itself, and it allows people to see us.
Well,
So,
before Operation Anwar, the one that we did back in 2010, there's no MagFed, right? After that MagFed game, the first Operation Anwar event, people have to wait for 1 year to play Operation Anwar 2. After Operation Anwar 2, people games start catch on. That's why there are more games now almost every weekend you can actually play MFW game.
And even the larger scenarios, yet most of them are still open class.
Right.
Still 2,000 players.
Right.
That's unheard of. From
Right.
all over. People are driving across the state to participate in these
Right.
events. And that just shows you the potential. It shows you that if you do it right, you have all the right things in place, you have all the right products, and you show the potential of what you can offer, that the sport and the people willing to participate is there. We can do that. We can have games, MagFed only games that have 3,000 players or more. You know what I'm saying? So that type of thing just shows. And right now, you know, there's a lot of new things coming out into the market for MagFed. We're a big provider of a lot of new things. We're working on a lot of stuff here, as well as the projects that we've had in the past that we're trying to work on.
Both product and events, not just product alone, right? Let's give them a last chance to bid on this.
Last chance here. We'll do
5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes. 5:40 right now. This is the Vortex Bulldog,
Mm-hmm.
UMP trigger frame, shape projectile ready, CQB quad rail with the mil-spec barrel nut, so you can put mil-spec handguards on here if you want to. Noveski sound amplifier with the 5-inch lion claw barrel. It's a 687 smooth bore barrel, and your retractable SMG stock here, 5 position. Okay, so this is a very small gun. So that right now is at 200 with Felix Gonzalez, and we'll go for the next 5 minutes. Do you want to show them? Did you get their thing?
Oh, we didn't get me anything.
Oh, okay.
Well, we'll show them next week.
Yeah, we'll show you guys next week.
We have basically some new product that we've been working on. So it's not ready yet, so I'll show you guys next week. That's always be next week.
Yeah. Does anyone have any questions? Somebody was asking me to show the Unicus gun again. Let's see. I guess we can show it one more time. So this will be available tomorrow. This is the first of its kind PTR DMR with the re-engineered valve, which is going to give you better consistency shot to shot. And we'll do a video on that because we're going to explain it. If you saw the video of the PTR that KT did, semi-automatic, and the consistency that was happening there, it is going to definitely be a little bit better here because of the closed bolt system, and also this is going to be for shape projectiles. So in his video, he was shooting round ball. So even if you're going to be using shape projectiles, for those of you that purchase the PTR, you are going to see that consistency and FPS tighten up shot to shot because of the compression and the added performance of the barrel that you use. This is a new LTC carbine stock. It's very lightweight polymer design. This is fully retracted. It's got excellent length. This is a right-handed charging handle, extended magwell, and this will have the Unicus engraving on it, of course. The MOTS 2 GMP 16-inch bottle opener handguard. So like I said, if you guys didn't catch that earlier, this is a functioning bottle opener. So if you're hydrated and you're thirsty on the field, you can pull out a beverage of your choice that has a bottle cap, and you can open it directly using this handguard here. It's on both sides. 16-inch one-shot hammerhead barrel, direct threaded A5 with the NARC muzzle brake, adds a very aggressive look to the system, or to the weapon. UTG firearms grade bipod, that's retractable, and also spring loaded to reach down here. And then the highlight of this bad boy is this is a 3x9x42 laser and blue illuminated reticle here. Let's see if you can see that. There you go.
A little bit.
Illuminated reticle there. It's very. I mean, this thing lights up.
It's an amazing scope.
It lights up really damn good. So it looks like almost like a fish tank at night. It looks sweet in there. And it's also a range finder, so you can be able to use that. The best part about this is the
turn around so you can see
your elevation and windage is easily adjustable here on the outside. You don't need to take off any caps, use a tool or anything like that. It's right here on both. And you also have windage and elevation for your laser on the left side. So overall, very, very lightweight. You have a Mission First tactical adjustable pistol grip with stifling. It's 6 has 6 different back straps and front grips for you to choose from and mix and match to give you the best. And of course, you have the PTR blower. So first of its kind will be available tomorrow. Very excited to release this one. Whoever ends up picking up this bad boy is going to be very, very happy when it hits the field, especially with the consistency and then just the overall feel. It's very, very, very nice. So we're at 5:44. 1 minute left for the auction gun. Let's see.
Yeah, this is a really nice setup. Really light. I like the way that it's kind of like a dual roll. You can actually play like a mid range, the way that it's handled.
Yeah.
And then a long range at the same time.
Absolutely. It's not super long where it's a designated. Because
bam.
a lot of times too, when you get the bipod, they're very heavy, and this is actually relatively light for being all metal, and I think that's why they put rubber on there. So.
Oh yeah.
All right, so 245. Looks like Felix Gonzalez got it.
I think Whitman.
No, is
Whitman.
it Jimmy Whitman?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, Jimmy Westman. Oh, nice man. He's actually getting a PTR.
Oh, nice.
And now he'll have a Vortex. So you're gonna have a pretty awesome loaner fleet there, Jimmy. We'll go ahead and just message me. I'll get the invoice created for you. Let's see here. Clarence, thank you very much. Glad we can help out there. For those of you, Jonathan DeLeon, that are asking about the parts on the Unicus, message me directly. The Unicus guns are going to be comprised of parts that we will not be bringing in. Okay? These are one of a kind, sometimes from firearms manufacturers. Most of the time they're parts that are not suitable for or relatively realistic for mag-fed paintball guns, but I build them out for you guys so you guys can have a one-of-a-kind build. Especially, like I said, you're going to have the Unicus insignia. Every single one of you guys that has, or the people who have purchased the Unicus guns from the past, the first thing and the first question they always get is, who makes that gun? Because they see the Unicus insignia and they think that it's its own manufacturer. So they're one-of-a-kind builds. These are guns that you have already been customized, are already ready to go. So if you've had a gun for a long time and you think you're ready to upgrade to something bigger and badder, every single part.
Yeah, it's polite, huh? One hand.
Oh yeah. Every single part that I put on these guns, I want them to be functional. That's why this is a very simplistic build. But everything on here is going to help you in the field achieve long-distance shots as well as take more kills out on your opponent. So just keep that in mind. If you want to know the parts, I can tell you what they are, and I can go ahead and tell you where you can find them. But other than that, we will not be bringing those in for stock, unfortunately. Other than that, we will have those products I was telling you about today, and the KT was telling you about too. Once we get those finished up, we'll show you guys that next week. If not, we'll do a live stream and we'll get you all squared away.
Right.
Other than that, KT just put up a video, we both did, on the PTR assembly, as well as for those of you who purchased the lower, and then also a tuning tech video of the PTR trigger, which is very informative. Do not cry because it's 32 minutes long. It's important for you guys that are getting the PTR to watch it, to understand it, and maybe even practice it.
Right.
This will give you an inside look of what it takes to tune and everything competition style AR triggers, as well as understand the magic behind the PTR itself. Like I said, once we implement the other upgrade parts, it will all come together into a complete AR package that we know that you guys will be blown away with. So if you have any questions about any of the products or projects that we have in the queue, the pistol, the tornado, the shape projectiles, or the hydromag, please reach out to us. Message us, email us, give us a call. We're here Monday through Friday, sometimes late in the evening,
Like
depending
today.
on what we're doing. Yeah, it's like today. We have no problem talking to you and giving you all the information. If you're looking at videos from 2 to 3 years ago, those are not going to be credible sources onto really where we're at and the status of each one of those projects. So if you want to know the truth about a lot of stuff, just give us a call.
Okay.
That'll be the best option.
So you guys, if you are looking to forward on some new product next week, tune in. We have, I think, 1 or 2 new product that we're gonna about to release. We can show you and see if you have any suggestion on that, and then we'll go from there.
Jonathan DeLeon, this last question. Make a video with the PTR DMR. I'm going to do a video tomorrow. Me and KT will both do it, just to show you how well this weapon performs, so that way you have the video. I always do a promo video with all the Unicus guns, so
Right.
there will be one, and that will probably be the same video that we use for the standard video of the DMR with the PTR logo.
All right. For Hydra, we're still working to resolve the feeding on the shape rounds, specifically first strike. Hopefully we can resolve that and get that put to production. So right now, like I said, I think I did a video last time that for round balls, it's already been, it's a functional system. We just kind of figured out to overcome the first strike, the low fin from jamming. So now the fin, it gets to the exit port, it snag and then stop feeding. So like I said, we're doing some more testing on that. If we can't resolve it, I think we're just gonna push through and just make the Hydra that not compatible with first strike, and just do it works with round ball and our shape rounds, but not the first strike. We don't want to do that. That's one of the reasons why we kind of the Hydra have not been released. But little things like that. I mean, you have the whole mechanism is already designed, the functionality is there. It's that's one thing. But we want to release good product. We want to make things right. So we don't want to just release a product that lacking functionality that you're looking for. Of course, time, resources, and delays, right? So we have to kind of pick and choose what we're gonna do and how we're gonna do it. That's where we're at right now.
One last thing, I meant to mention this earlier. If you're having issues, if you just purchased a 468 and you're having issues with flipping with the shape projectiles, this is an issue that was brought up to me recently, and then I told KT about it. It's a very simplistic fix. It is
not on every not on every unit. There's certain unit that went out. With every unit that left here, we shoot at least a mag or 2 with shape, making sure that it works well. But recently we get like 2 calls regarding flipping, so we've been proactive at that. So if you guys receive one and you're shooting shape rounds or first strike and it's kind of snag on you, give us a call.
Yeah.
There is a real simple 1-minute fix on that. We'll show you how to do it, but it shouldn't, that doesn't mean that every unit do it.
Yeah.
We only found 2 in the last couple weeks, so we want to be proactive and make a announcement on that rather than wait for you guys. Oh, this happened, we don't know what to do. So
yeah, like I said, it's not with, like you said, it's not with all of them. This is just for the couple customers that called me regarding it. Like I said, there's a simple fix to that. Just give me a call.
Especially just make sure, especially the one-piece upper, we really kind of do all the testing, make all the changes necessary for it to feed first strike shape round smoothly without snag. Of course, there are some unit that might have an issue, so if you do have the problem, give us a shout. We'll take care of it for you.
Other than that, that's all I got for you guys. Got anything else?
That's it. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you out there.